Safety probably was the number one thing for my dad. He certainly was when he worked for public service. He had one lineman die while he was his 19 years. That really affected him. I mean, through no fault of his own or anything he could have done about it. He was just terribly safety-minded about the whole thing, and that kind of rubbed off, of course, to me and to Rich.
And that's why we've always tested, calibrated. Testers were always calibrated to the T, to exact, as close as it could be. We didn't build things with a set value because there was that little variation to dial it in and be as accurate as possible. Everything that we build is still today 100% tested, and that goes all the way back to Marvin teaching him teaching me. Back in the day, until the 90s, when we started to grow, we did everything by hand. We had a lathe, we had a mill. We bought things in stock bar, metal. We would cut them down, we would bend them, knurl them, machine them, drill them, whatever needed to be done. I remember as a little boy, I'm 6, 7, 8, 9 years old at the old shop on Mingo. And of course I wasn't strong enough to tighten anything, but I was able to assemble things for him, and then he would come back and tighten them, which sped up the process, I'm sure, for him. I learned a lot, and those things that I learned, even in 8th grade, I'm implementing today. I was lucky that both my grandfathers owned small businesses, so I learned from both. But Marvin, he was a really good teacher as well. So not only was he an engineer and a mechanical guy, and he built furniture, there wasn't anything Marvin couldn't do.
Of course, my dad never said anything he didn't think about. And they would call him, and I could hear him. Marvin, are you still there? But he wouldn't say anything until he was sure. But you give him a couple of minutes, he had the answer. We started out in the backyard of his house on Cincinnati, 31st Cincinnati, and we worked out of there until business got kind of heavy, and we thought, we can't be shipping out of the neighborhood. So we bought the property. The tornado on Easter 81 circled our building, and the only really damage we had was the building next door. Their concrete block wall fell on our west side of our building. It wasn't a whole lot of damage, but it was enough. We kept expanding, kind of took over, and I don't know, it's in my 60s, and the opportunity came to expand the company because A.B. Chance had sold.
There's a couple other things that we're working on that we've been working on since the 60s. One of those things is to be able to read insulated jacketed cable in the ground without exposing it physically. You have to expose the wires, of course, or the cables. But the linemen, they just like to have a device to touch the jacket to get a reading. Well, the whole idea of that jacket is there's no leakage. Because of technology, we almost have that device today. In the 80s, Dad always talked about, the ideal thing would be to have the meter or the reading in your hand. And until Bluetooth technology and smart devices, that just became a reality a year ago.
Our business is safety and knowledge. I've worked hard at living like that and working like that, making sure the products are safe. As I say, the guy told me you can't cut it, get out. So I, feel like I cut it.